Am I procrastinating? No, I'm anti-crastinating. So why do I keep pushing off tasks until the last possible second? We've all frantically scrambled to start, revise, and finish an essay the night before it was due. Just like we've all pushed off scheduling a doctor's appointment because, hey, that tumor swimming around your testes is probably benign. It's laughably easy to repress the angst of an approaching deadline by oogling memes, because now you don't have to do the thing you didn't want to do in the first place. But if that was the case, why do we keep telling ourselves that our dreams can wait? Why do aspiring writers spend their day doing every single thing imaginable except writing? Why do we apathetically doomscroll TikTok while that thought in the back of our heads incessantly tells us we're lazy and wasting our lives, no closer to that dream career? And why do hack frauds on YouTube wait 3 months before uploading a new video after posting their most successful one? Well, we don't shush our dreams because we don't want to achieve them. We shush our dreams because we love playing video games and shooting heroin. Simultaneously. Jokes aside, you could want to be a lawyist more than anything, but nobody wants to spend their whole collegiate career struggling to stay awake during class just to slave every night preparing for their next mock trial. Lackadaisically staring into a clump of pixels may not be above priority number 1, but it's sure as hell preferable to reading book. And so you stare into that endless abyss, knowing that tomorrow the teacher's gonna slap down on your desk a piece of paper with a big old red D, circled and underlined. The D, of course, standing for dumbass, dipshit. And don't be so hard on yourself, we all fall down sometimes, and you have the power to get back up again. Also dick hole. Today, it's more difficult than ever to pry your eyes away from social media, video games, and other activities the young folk partake in. So how do you break free? How do you escape that nagging feeling that will not shut the fuck up about how you're wasting your life not accomplishing what you know you want to? The answer is simple, and it goes as follows. Do it. Just like that motivational speech that everyone giggled at and no one learned from. Just do it. It might sound so obvious, like you already knew it was true. Because you did. You were just too afraid to realize that the thing you want to do more than anything in the world fucking blows to work toward. You love the idea, you love the rewards and accolades, but you absolutely loathe the journey. That being said, do you know what you loathe even more than that? It's the feeling that you are lazy or wasting your life that has followed you incessantly for years. Do you know how you can get rid of that feeling? You already know the answer, and I know I don't have to spell it out for you. But in case there are any fatoises watching, I will anyway. Just do the goddamn thing. Now the obvious problem with my advice of just do it is you've already tried that. You tried working toward that dream job, so what can you do to improve your chances of success this time? Step 1. Reorient. Like I said before, gooning for 16 hours straight is much more appealing than gawking at a Google Doc for hours not knowing what to write. That's why you need to remind yourself that being an author isn't about having your name on a book in Barnes & Noble. Being an author is about contemplating performing a magic trick on yourself after writing yourself into a massive hole. That is what she said. The same applies to any profession. Reorienting means realizing that the agonizing work isn't different from your dream, and it isn't just a part of your dream, it is your dream. If you want to be an author, you need to bash your head against your desk until you acquire enough brain damage to forget why you were frustrated in the first place. Step 2. Realize. You need to realize that right now is as easy as it will ever be. You're not gonna magically wake up tomorrow with the patience to study, the motivation to write, or the energy to start going to the gym every day. And you're not gonna pass that final by studying 3 hours a week. You're not gonna become a successful author if you only write for the 3 days a month you have the motivation, and there will never be a time where going to the gym is convenient. If you cannot summon the courage to suffer through the bull honky today, then you cannot expect to achieve your dreams anytime soon. Step 3. Recuse. Every time you make an excuse, every time you blow off working towards your dreams, you are rewarding your smooth, slippery, delectable brain with dopamine and perchance a glimpse at some bouncing melons, if you know what I mean. Tits. I'm talking about tits. Typically, these seem like innocent, rational justifications. I had a really tough day at work, maybe I'll skip working out today. But as pretty much everyone knows, it never stops there. Reasonable excuses lead to less reasonable excuses, which leads to you becoming a slug person that says, I don't really have a good reason, but working out can wait until later. Then, 14 hours later, the coroners say,
what happened? He was just weak-hearted.
I mean, like, did he have a disease? No, just weak-hearted.
Nah, man, he just had a weak-ass heart.
every reward for not working disincentivizes productivity. In other words, a gooner don't get no pooner cause he's taking a nooner instead of getting some boon sooner. Thank you. Finally, step 4, respite, aka don't burn yourself out. This may seem wholly contradictory to steps 2 and 3, but trust me, it is. The worst thing you can do is wear yourself down to the point that you begin to question, do I even want this, and can I even do this? But how do you find that balance between not slacking off and not slacking a belt on the rafters? The answer is to think about what's the most you can do, not what's the most you should do. Sure, you should animate 18 hours a day to improve your skill, but if you even so much as thought about doing that too hard, smoke would leak out of your ears and the gears in your head would chug loud enough for all to hear. However, you can watch a YouTube tutorial about animating bouncing bazangles and practice the methods it teaches you for a couple hours. The work needs to be easy enough to consistently do, but not so easy that you feel like you didn't get enough done today. The work needs to be hard enough to make you look back and feel accomplished, but not so hard that you open the crafting menu to see what happens when you combine a plugged-in toaster with a brewing bathtub. So when you're feeling like procrastinating, just remember the 4 R words: reorient, realize, recuse, and respite. And not one more. On that note, I happen to notice that you haven't clicked that subscribe button. Unrelated, I happen to have some connections with a certain group in New Mexico that was once run by a guy whose name rhymes with Walter White. Wait, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the button that makes you slightly less susceptible to drug-related violence. Click it. Welcome back to Reading and Responding to Your Bitch Asses, where you comment on this video and I comment in my next video about the comment you made in your comment from the comment section of this video. Kicking off with Speedy Spy underscore is their real last name, probably. Jim and Karen greater than symbol, Jim and Pam. Quite the hot take there. But is it really? I might just talk about this very subject in part 2 of The Office and Toxic Love, so keep a weather eye on the horizon. Kevin Vimal-D69, is that your model number? Like Kevin Vimal D6M is a slightly worse version and D5N is significantly worse? Comments: I love you like Jim loves Pam. Kevin, you saucy little individual. But I'm afraid to say I'm taken. Taken by the Lord. By that I mean the Lord of Blood, Mog. Can you tell I've been playing Elden Ring lately? Like the cat-eared gamer girl I am. I don't know about you, but I'm having fun with this. Gothic_Rose-USS, thank you for your service, says, I feel like there's quite a few relationships like Jim and Pam's, and it's kinda depressing. Way to bring the mood down. I jest, but yeah, many people can get caught up in these codependent type relationships. Watch that video right there if you want to know what the H we are talking about. As someone that has been in a couple of these situations, I can honestly say that I'm glad they played out as horribly as they did, because I learned a lot of things like self-esteem, self-respect, autoerotic asphyxiation. It's better to think of spending years hung up on someone as less of a waste of one's life and more of a life lesson that maybe went on a little too long. Special shout out to Brian Gray 3 numbers. Sorry I couldn't get to your comment because my answer is a little too long. Just know that I see you. And that will do it. Go on. Get